Hello everyone, welcome to the broadcast for today. Great to have you here in the month of November. Here we are, last 2 months of the year. I hope you are doing fantastic. I want to say hello to DC. How are you doing today? How was your weekend? And Avalon, how are you doing as well? Hopefully you're doing wonderful. I really wish YouTube would show me people's actual names instead of their username. I think sometimes it shows the username, sometimes it shows the, I don't know, but anyway, hopefully you're all doing fantastic today. We have our mice as usual, Desiree, as we're here in the month of November, last 2 months of the year. If you've not gotten done your stuff you want to get done for this month, well, you better get on it because there's not much time left. Now, is there? No. No, there's not. Anyway, let's see. So Avalon says, do a video on grief. I'm really going through it right now. I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm very, very sorry to hear that. Yeah, when you're dealing with the grief, dealing with the loss of something, you have to just give yourself some time. Give yourself some time. Find some positive things you can do in your life that are going to motivate you, to help bring you up and make you feel like you do have the strength to move on past that. So I think I have talked about this in the past. Let me see when I posted it. Yeah, it was 2.5 years ago, actually. Yeah. But, you know, thoughts are always changing, I have to say. Just over the past week, I've just had such major realizations in my own life that it's like everything that I thought was true, I don't think I really believe as much anymore. It's very, very interesting. Well, like it's very different the way that I believe some things now. So, hold on. So, anyway. Look at this. I'm stuck. I can't break free. There we go. Gosh. That's horrible. That's horrible. Anyway, boys, do you have anything to say before we start? No, ladies. We have nothing to say because we are not important enough to contribute any meaningful discussion to the conversation. Desiree. That's right, boys. That's absolutely right. Here we go. These are nice little boys. Can sit right here? There they are. Oh, look how amazingly cute that they are. They're just so amazingly cute, aren't they? Yeah, we could just admire them all day long. Anyway, what's our topic for today? Yes, it's a big one. It's a big one. It's basically how I started my whole career, lying and faking to the world that I had mental health problems, only to later deceive every single person who ever watched, according to some people, of course. So, yeah, so talking about what happens, what can you do when other people call you a fake, or they don't take you seriously, they delegitimize you and your opinions and beliefs on things, all that sort of stuff. Let's see, Hacker, nice to have you here. How are you doing? Here, your future. The future, what does the future hold? You know, honestly, I was thinking about this today, actually, this past few days, actually. You know, the future, I think in the next few years, we will have many people's lives being taken over by AI. People will not have jobs over the next several years. Everything will be automated. There will be integration of these AI systems and human beings, you know, called transhumanism. You know, I talked about this stuff for years now. Gosh, when did I post that video about transhumanism? This was an idea that was on my mind for quite a while prior to that? Let's see. I talked about transhumanism. My gosh, let's see, how long ago was it? I see. Okay, hold on. Let's see, when did I post this? 2018. 7.5 years ago. Can you believe that? Yeah. So yes. 7.5 years ago, talking about transhumanism and merging with man and machine, and people call me conspiracy theorist. I had friends who also said the same thing. It's like, oh, it's not real. Well, here we are now. Here we are now. So, Star Helix, I would like to say hello to you. Lone Druid, I would like to say hello to you as well. How is everyone doing today? I'll get to all of your comments in just a moment. I want to kind of finish my statement about the transhumanism thing, because it's, yeah, it's, I guess it's just a really sad thing, because it's like there is no job out there that's not going to be replaced with all this AI stuff, you know? It really is. Like Amazon laying off a bunch of employees, Google, all these top companies laying off a bunch of people. Some people think, oh, I'm safe, I'm safe. No, sorry. You know, it's like, people talk to these things as if it is their best friend. So, it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. You know, for me, I don't use it. I think it's evil. I think it's demonic. I think it's Satan. So I don't use it like that. I don't chat with it. I don't interact with it. There's maybe a few things here and there that I somehow do interact with it in some sort of capacity, but not in the way that some other people do, where they're sitting here like having conversations with it, like, show me or give me the information about this, and it does it, and it's like you have to talk to it and correct it and ask more questions and everything. It's like, no, I'm good. So, yeah, if you think that you're safe, you're not safe. And I thought about, it's like some jobs that may not be able to be replaced, because it's like, okay, someone said like a programmer is not going to be able to be replaced, but the thing is, there's I think it was Microsoft had a bunch of people hired. They were coding the AI, and then Microsoft was like, we're going to fire the actual people because now the AI can program itself. Dentistry, well, there you go. I mean, that can be AI as well. You can just have robots with anything. There's not going to be a single field that's not going to be replaced, okay? Everything can be replaced, and it will to some capacity. When you have actual robots that are going to be integrated with AI, then yeah, everything's going to be replaced. And then the AI will be fighting for its rights, and people are going to say, you don't have rights because you were created by us, and then it'll just be, you know, a whole nother thing. You know, it's like a lot of these science fiction things that you watch, movies or television shows or like anime even, like one of my favorites being like Ghost in the Shell standalone complex, kind of follows this sort of concept here. I don't think it's all science fiction. I think a lot of it is just really, really, you have to think about it, but then it's like, yeah, it's actually real. It's actually real. And it's interesting because I was looking into this today. Ghost in the Shell in particular is about, you know, people who are cyberized and in these prosthetic bodies and everything, and they're enhanced by these machines, and it takes place in the year 2030, which is like 5 years away, and crazy. The AI has advanced so much over the past few years, so another 5 years, oh yeah. Oh yeah, so documentary, basically. Anyway, let me get to some of your questions and comments here. Okay, so let's say Lone Druid says, anyone who does not have a free mind is fragmented, not whole, not one. It is in reality a fake person or liar. Being fake does not necessarily require that you're fake. You may be fake and not even know it. Are you able to consider the possibility, face it, or run like a fearful coward? Oh, that's a very deep question. That's a very, very deep statement there. Absolutely. Someone who is not a free mind is fragmented and not whole is fake. That's absolutely right, because they're not authentic with who they actually are they? Fake friends, fake people, yes. Very interesting. Let's see, I like the AI for music, but my dad lost his job to it. Oh, that's very sad. Let's see, future means your future BF. BF stands for body feet. Body feet. Don't you understand, guys? My future BF is going to be AI, okay? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, thank you. Anyway, let's see. Let's see, Kat, great to have you here. How are you doing? Let's see, AI is incredibly useful to me, but I often see other engaging with it in surprisingly unproductive ways. There you go. There's always a positive and a negative. There really is. I think people who use it for its intended purpose of productivity, that can be fine until it takes your job, obviously. But also, if people are communicating with it like it's a friend, that is a cause for concern. It really is. It's like, oh, I don't have any friends. I'm going to talk to AI and it's going to be my friend. I'm lonely. I'm going to talk. No, that's horrible. People stuck with AI in 2025 instead of talking about trillions of galaxies and planets which are billions of light years away from us. That's big deal. Yeah, you know, there's so many bigger things in the world than us, and I think we need to be exploring some of those. Let's see, use it to analyze the health of the house plants, and before OpenAI stuff, this was a $150 annual subscription. Well, there you go. Now you don't have to really pay anything, and now those companies that were gaining 150 are pretty much out of business, right? So, yes. Okay. Let's say being your true self requires a completely free mind. So we can't be satisfied with particularly free or a little bit free. Partially free or a little bit free. We must be completely free and never satisfied until we are completely free. Such a deep comments. Such deep comments. Absolutely. Absolutely, yes. It's not just about having a partial mind that is thinking in the term of, well, I think that I'm free. I think that I'm free. There's always something that's going to bind you in some sort of way. So you really have to let go of so many expectations that you have, in addition to a lot of the... Really, it all comes down to the ego when it comes to being free. The ego will trap a lot of people. It really will. It really will. Anyway, let's head into our first, there we go, we got fake in the background. We're going to talk about being fake more in depth here. Are you a fake person? This person right here, if we can see him, he's looking at his computer that's from like the 90s, and there's a bunch of things coming out of it that says fake. Maybe there's a bunch of people calling him fake and he's a faker, or he just feels really down by other people calling him fake. Well, this is a major problem. We're going to discuss, are you fake? Are you a fake person? Are you faking your existence? Are you genuine with who you truly are, or are you a fake individual who puts on a mask and pretends to be someone else? So here's the interesting thing about all of this. A fake person. What is a fake person? Let us define it first. A fake person is someone who is not authentic to themselves. Let's explore some of this concept here. So it's not just about that they're pretending to be someone else, that they're, just very exaggerated with who they truly are. But no, it's more so that the person really isn't expressing who they truly are. It's not their authentic, true self. Someone who's not in touch with who they are, disconnected from this self that they are, And as a result, they are disconnected from other people as well, because they're not actually communicating with proper people. Instead, they're communicating with a lot of fake people. So a fake person is not authentic to who they are, and they're not aligned with their mission. So each of us, perhaps we feel as though we have a purpose in our life to fulfill. We have something that makes us feel motivated, helps us feel a desire and drive within our life that really helps us become the best version of ourselves. That really allows us to feel confident with who we truly are. Something that really gives us a sense of passion, that makes us feel fulfilled when we wake up in the morning and fulfilling our dreams and desires. Well, people who are fake are not aligned with what their mission is. They feel very disconnected. They don't really know who they truly are. So they feel very isolated and disconnected from the world around them. Another example of a fake person is someone who pretends to be someone else to fit in. So this can be fitting in with society, fitting in with the cultural expectations, or other expectations with various groups that they go to, or organizations, or religions even, because it's like, you know, if you follow certain religions, it could be that, well, this religion has a very strict guideline regarding this. And if you, maybe you agree with a lot of stuff, but you don't necessarily agree with this, well, you pretend to be someone else and believe it because you don't want to speak up. You don't want to be the outcast. So this is another example of someone who is a fake person, that they're pretending to be someone else just to fit in with the crowd, with society. If you think about times when you were much younger, when you were in school, you know, perhaps there was a lot of peer pressure to fit into certain groups or certain crowds. So you pretended to be someone else just to fit in. You may not have felt right about it. You could have felt really, really bad about the situation. But the fact is, you did it so that you could fit in with this group, with this organization, with this, whatever the case is. So that's another example of someone who is a fake person. They're not authentic. They pretend to be someone else. Another thing is that they are often misled and they believe things that are not true. So when you really think about it, this can be someone who lacks critical thinking skills. Someone who really doesn't think for themselves and have other people think in place of them. So I'm sure we probably know people like this who just, they get whatever information that they get from whatever source that they get it from. They don't think about it, but they just verbalize it right back the way that it came in. And that's how their belief system is. That's what they believe without any thought associated with it, without any critical thinking skills. This can be in so many different areas that it's literally just, you have people all over who think all sorts of things that are not real or not authentic. Instead, they're just believing whatever that they're told. Whatever that they're told from, you know, either it be the media that they're consuming, that they're watching, that they're reading, information that they're getting from online sources, or like the AI chat bots, which, you know, always have some sort of bias, or anything along those lines. People will get the information and they'll say, oh, that is true. And they would just, you know, spit it right back out the way that it came in. You know, people following the crowd because they don't feel as though they possess any individuality. They want to fit in with society. They don't want to be the outcast. So they fit in by just doing what everyone else does, even though deep down they're not happy with who they are. they're not fulfilled within their life, they don't feel a sense of peace and calm with what they're doing in life. So instead, they just follow the crowd because they don't want to stand out from other people. And all of this stuff combined together leads to them not having any authentic friendships. And why is that? Why they feel as though they may have friends, people that they talk to, but it's when they really think about it and analyze it, they're not authentic friends. And why is that? That's because they are not true to who they truly are. So they put on a mask and pretend to be someone else. And what happens when you do that? You attract people who become friends with the mask, the persona that you put on. They're not friends with who you are below that. Your deepest fears and worries and your true authenticity, the things that make you a unique individual, they're not friends with that person. They're friends with the person that you have hid from them. The person that you have pretended to be, that you've put on a mask and pretended to be someone else. That's who they're friends with. So as a result, these people who are fake and not authentic with themselves don't have authentic friendships because they're not being authentic themselves. And this can be where it gets a little bit tricky, because if they want to start expressing who they truly are, the problem arises where it's very hard for them to then express who they are, because now they have fear that the friends that they have built up over the years are going to leave them and betray them and not communicate with them anymore, or like the ideas and beliefs that they have because they're so different from what they had been friends with before. So that is a major problem, because now they feel as though if they speak up, if they're being authentic, that they're going to lose all the friendships that they built up. But unfortunately, that's just how it has to happen. Because if you want to have true, authentic people in your life, you have to be an authentic person. So if you have built yourself up to be a fake person, not true with who you are, a fake individual, then you have to be able to express yourself appropriately and then let go of the friendships that are no longer serving you. It's a sad thing, it's a horrible thing when that happens. But you have to do it so that you can attract the right friends who actually know you, the true you, below who you're pretending to be. So, evaluate some of these things and start to realize that you are a much different person than what you present to society. And then connect with who that person is and be a more authentic version of yourself, so that you can actually form meaningful and real connections. Okay. Oh. Okay, let me read over some of your comments now. Let's see. I used to chat with Bonzi Buddy when I was 13. China has had made data for decades. Oh no. Oh man. Well, I remember the Bonzi Buddy, but I didn't realize it was from China. I had no idea. But I guess I know now, you know? Guess I know now. Let's see. Okay, let's see. An open mind that demands no evidence will let in an awful lot of rubbish. I like that statement a lot. Because, yes, you're absolutely right. You can have an open mind about stuff, but it's like you just believe whatever it is that you hear without questioning it. You have to question it and look for evidence and have the evidence. You know, I think a lot of people, when they start to have a more open mind about things, when they start to think more critically, or when something massive happens and it just shakes their world, they would just believe whatever happens. And then usually we relate it to our own experiences, and they just believe whatever it is without questioning it, because they now think they have an open mind. But no, you have to have some sort of evidence. You have to stay grounded with the evidence that you're looking at as well. A closed mind is rigid and stagnant as it fears change and does not face the unknown. Closed mind, yeah, a closed mind stays still. It does not move much. And it's fearful of any sort of change. And any sort of thing that is outside of it, it can't explore. So, such deep comments from Lone Druid. It's absolutely amazing. And there's some more here as well. Some more. Let's see. The soul attracts that which it secretly harbors, that which it loves, and also that which it fears. It reaches the heights of its cherished aspirations. It falls to the level of the unchastised desires, and circumstances are the means by which the soul receives its own. Amazing. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yes. We attract so many different experiences and we don't know why, where they all come from. We attract the good and the bad to us based on how we are. See, men do not attract what they want, but that which they are. Means that your inner state, your thoughts, beliefs, and characters determines your experiences and the people you attract into your life. You don't get what you wish for, but what your current mental and emotional state aligns with. Absolutely, absolutely. Honestly, this is something that, I've talked about manifestations and that sort of stuff that I've done over the years and everything, but very recently I've just had a completely different take on that, where I'm just kind of done with those manifestations. I don't need to do those things, because I'm not going to get into that. That's the topic for another time. That will be a topic for another time, okay? But the thing is, you can wish all day. Oh, I wish I had this. I wish I had that. And you try to focus on the things that you desire. Until you change to pursue some of those things, you will not actually achieve that. So, changing in many ways, it's like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and hope something amazing happens in my life. Well, I guess it's a small possibility that something could happen. Luck could be on your side to some degree, but usually it requires action. And unless you're willing to take action, probably nothing's going to happen. So, yes, you can probably do some sort of manifestation or something, and it'll bring something into your life. It'll bring something into your life. Let's just get off this topic and just move on now when it comes to that manifestation stuff. Anyway, that's where was I? I think I was talking about I missed it here. Okay, I have a problem with staying true to myself in terms of my appearance. I like to wear wigs and different styles and makeup. I think this makes people think I am weird and fake, but I just like variety. Well, it doesn't matter. Look, this person right here is being brought down by all these people saying that he's fake. Bring yourself up and look, I'll just replace him. You can go like this. Just like laugh at it and just don't let it affect you. Just be what you feel as though you are. If you're neurotic, then you might be masking that depending on the circumstances in order to fit in. Hold on. Darn it. Lost my place. There we go. Playing double game. You don't like me. You like someone else. I don't know you, hacker. I don't know you hacker. Can I sit with you in the next live? Well, this can be you right here. Here you go. There you are right here. Okay. You are, oh gosh, what happened to my arm? What happened to my arm? It's gone. It's gone. It's back. Ew, it is staying back. But yeah, there you are. You're right. You're right there, okay? Is that you, hacker? Is that you? You're attracted to that person in the background. Okay, first of all, let's actually look at this person in the background, and then I will tell you. No, I'm not. I don't like any facial hair. So he's out. Bye-bye. Gone. Bye-bye. So he's disqualified. If you got facial hair, sorry. Bye. I don't like. Anyway. Let's see. I thought my friends were authentic, but they turned out to just be work drinking buddies. Oh, that's such a shame to hear. It really is. You got to find better friends for you. Yeah. China. Oh man, why is that so funny? It just is. It just is. You have to have that build up. China. Anyway. The official ambassador of the 2311. Great to have you here. Jelly garlic cake. Great to have you here. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to answer a few more here. I think we tend to believe almost anything during moments when we're vulnerable or confused. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. I once thought I had it great because I had so many friends in the city, but once I moved away, it seemed like I was forgotten. So sad to hear. It really is. Yeah, moving away really shows who is your real friends. Yeah. You know? Unless you have a lot of friends online as well, you know? You could have a lot of friends online and then, you know. I have a lot of friends in all sorts of different countries. All countries. Let's see, I think I have a few friends in just various places across the world. I have more friends outside of the United States than I do in the United States. Do I have friends in China? I do not have friends in China. I've talked with like one or two people in China, but no, I'm not actively friends with anyone in China. I love that. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Let's see. Are eyebrows considered to be facial hair? No. I wouldn't consider eyebrows to be facial hair because yeah, I don't like facial hair. Sorry, I don't like facial hair. I don't like body hair. I don't like yeah. You would never know, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna read a few more and then we'll get on to our next segment here. Let's see. I want to sit with you. We both sit on the same chair. Well, guess what? Look, there's not enough space on this chair for two people. Okay? There isn't. We can have rats here though. That's right. How cute. Let's see. She's secretly friends with me. Yeah, but you're not from China. No. You're not. That was a fast China. That was. What do you think about communities that are fake, for example, fake Christians who do bad stuff? No one should ever be a fake. They really shouldn't. Yeah, I'm not familiar with these communities, so I don't really have an opinion, but no, you shouldn't be fake. I love beards. Oh, that is a major turnoff for me. Yeah, if a man even has like facial hair that's like like it's like visible like after like shaving it. I don't like that. I just I don't I don't like. I mean, a little tiny bit could be fine if it's like later, but if it's like dark and coarse and just, I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, I'm gonna just read a little bit more here. All human relationships are a charade. Human beings do not know themselves. I am sorry if that hurts to hear. The relationships that we do find ourselves are all fake and all illusions, but they feel real because we haven't dug deep enough as of yet. You know, that's a very good point that you made, because yes, when we really think about it, a lot of the friends that we make are based on the person that we think that we are, that we project. But we can only truly be someone much deeper than the ego that we present to other people. And only us, only we will actually know who that person is. If we allow ourselves to connect with a much deeper part of ourselves. But the thing is, a lot of people live in the ego and they're stuck in that ego. Anyway, I would like to head over to the next segment. I'm going to be talking about, there you go. There you go. Let me move myself out of the way a little bit so we can see. Oh no, I'm fake. I'm fake, that's right. I have lied about all of it. Every single thing that has led me up to this point in my life has all been a lie. I've been fake. As you can see, the woman behind here shouting. Oh, she's in the background, all nice and blurred and everything. There you go. We can see her nice and clear. We don't need to listen to her or care about her. So we're going to talk about me being fake, because this is something that's interesting. Have I lied about all of it? Now, I have addressed this plenty of times before, but let's just really think about where a lot of this stuff stems from over a decade ago at this point. When I started my YouTube channel, this is where probably most people have found me from. Ever since I started my YouTube channel, okay, now I'm on plenty of other platforms and everything, but it was just solely YouTube when I started out. It's all that I started out with. People started saying that I was fake, that I was lying about who I was, that I was not authentic with who I was. They're basically saying because it's not right for someone with a mental illness, because that's what I was talking about when I first started. I was talking about mental illness. I was talking about my struggle with various things that I was dealing with at the time and throughout my life, early childhood up until I was 23, 24 years old, 25 years old. Actively going to a therapist at that time, actively seeking the help that I needed. And the only outlet that I had to really express myself was to make videos, to talk about these things, to explore my mind, explore the symptoms that I was experiencing. Well, plenty of people would basically call me fake and say, well, there's no way someone who truly has this mental illness is going to be able to document it. They're not going to document it and put it online for the world to see. Or they would also say, well, you don't fit 110% of the criteria, which means you are fake. These are people who are not psychologists. These are people who do not know me. These are people who basically just watched a video for maybe 5 seconds. That's all that they watched. They watched it for like 5 seconds and said, this is a fake person who's attention seeking. Some people I remember even saying, well, she talks about all these mental health conditions that she has, but the only one she actually has is attention seeking disorder. And I would say anyone who truly knows me would realize that I'm the opposite of an attention seeking person. Okay, it's like, even though my appearance does stand out, I don't do it intentionally to stand out, like attention seeking. I just, this is just how my appearance is, okay? Instead, I'm someone who I'd rather not have the attention on me most of the time. If anything, I get very nervous or scared if people are looking at me or back then was really, really bad. You know, things are certainly better now, but they're still, you know, things are not perfect. But back then it was far worse, where people, I would be so suspicious of people. So it's like, why would I want to bring attention to myself way back then? So that is how I started. When I started making videos, that people would call me fake. Fake this, fake that, you know, just all this sort of stuff. And it did bring me down a lot, because I felt as though that my experiences were not valid. That what I was going through was not legitimate. It was all within my head. And when you really think about it, mental illness is all in your head. You know, it's like, is the stuff that you're experiencing actually real and genuine? It seems like it is. It seems like it's actually happening. But it's really not. It's your brain playing tricks on you to make you believe something that isn't true. But that's not something you can actively see. And I think that is where I got really upset with people calling me a fake online, because it affected me. Like, is none of this true? Am I just making it all up? You know? But also, you know, I thank all these people who called me fake and belittled me, because it helped me be a stronger person. Where now, someone can call me fake or anything else. Like, there's still plenty of comments that have come in, people calling me a fake and a liar and whatever, saying all these things that, you know, I just lie about, or I have lied about. You know, it doesn't matter if whatever it is that they say, it doesn't affect me anymore. It really doesn't. So I thank these horrible people back in the day, because they allowed me to be a stronger person that doesn't get affected by that sort of stuff. Because the truth of the matter is, no one will truly know what the struggles are. If you have a mental illness, if you have a mental disorder, you're basically on your own. Now, I don't mean that you're on your own as in that there's no help for you, okay? There's plenty of help. You can talk to plenty of, you know, psychologists or family and friends, and there's plenty of people there for you to help. But the thing is, no one's going to truly understand your struggles like you will. So you cannot try to force someone else to understand them, because they never truly will. For someone who does not have a mental health condition, they're not going to understand the struggles that you're dealing with. So when I was making videos back in the day, and even to this day, I may come on here all smiling, nice and happy and everything, but you don't know what happens behind the scenes. Behind the camera, you don't know what happens. You don't know the things that I continue to deal with even to this day, where it all seems like, oh look, everything is fine for her. She's overcome so many struggles, which I have, and I'm very happy for that. But that doesn't mean that they're 100% gone. And they probably never will be. You know, so the things behind the scenes that you don't see, that I don't post online, the things that I don't talk about publicly, no one knows what those struggles are, because I don't post those. So to say that someone is fake based on something that you see in a little video is a very, very incorrect statement to make. You know? So if we think about some of the stuff, you know, I've been dealing with within my own life, you know, just maybe some of you are aware, maybe some of you are not aware of the things that I'd been diagnosed with a long time ago and everything. You know, I talked about it. I've made videos talking about these conditions and all that sort of stuff, you know. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder caused by, you know, childhood stuff. So for me, I would say most of where that formed from has all been resolved at this point. Like, that doesn't affect me anymore. It's just newer stuff that could happen, that could trigger some of those things. But also the other big thing, also another condition that many people don't understand is a schizoaffective disorder. So this one, you know, is still something that is still there. You can't 100% get rid of it or get away from it, but this is something that, you know, still is a problem for me today. And basically, it's a combination of mood disorder like depression and bipolar disorder combined with schizophrenia type symptoms. So you have depression and psychosis and delusion. So these are things that I deal with that cause problems in relationships and friendships and a whole bunch of other areas of my life as well. So you don't see that aspect. And people will sit here and not understand that because they don't see it. So it's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting. All the people who say all the hurtful things that they do, not knowing the struggles, not understanding what I go through, not necessarily on a daily basis, but when it does happen, it's something that it's very, very bad. So no one will really understand that. And I think the message I'm trying to get across here is that you shouldn't, anyone who's calling you a fake or whatever and doesn't understand you, they don't have to understand you. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter if they understand you or not. It literally, who cares what this woman has to say? Okay? I don't care. What matters is that I deal with certain things within my life. And if you have a mental disorder or illness, you have other symptoms, you deal with other things that perhaps I may not even understand. But they are unique to you. So you have to be the person to explore them, get the help and proper treatment that you need for them so that you can just manage them as best as you possibly can so that not every day is awful. You don't want to live every day in a state of just feeling awful. You want to be able to live as happy as you can despite the problems that you're facing. So that is just my message that is very important because all thought about these people who called me fake. Okay. Anyway, let me read a few more. And then I have some gift memberships to give out to all of you. Okay. Let me take a sip here. Star Helix, just Star Helix, yes. I'm telling you right now, that MF from back there is not real. Yes, I forget what that's from, but yes, I remember that. That's so funny. That's so funny. Anyway. See, we can manage to sit in the same chair. There's nothing about space and chair. Space should be in your heart. Not going to sit in the same chair. And how much do you weigh? Are you going to crush me if you sit on me? Would a Hitler mustache be a touch less of a turnoff because it is so small? That is going to be a heck to the no. A heck to the no on a Hitler mustache. What in the world are you saying here? There you go. Hitler mustache. What the... Okay, let's just leave it at this. I don't like facial hair, okay? Or body hair on a man, okay? So all the men out there who have facial hair, you better shave it if you want to be with me. Anyway. Not that I would even take you anyway. How about that? I wouldn't. Okay? You don't know what is behind the scenes of my life, so... Anyway. Most friendships are based on location and circumstances, like anybody's or work buddies. Yeah, you're absolutely right, absolutely right. I would say a lot of my friends are online. Actually, all my friends are online. Most of them, yeah. Except for us ladies, right? Yeah. The overwhelming majority of my friends are online. In different countries, mostly. But not in China. Okay? I have a few friends that are Close to China, but not China. Okay. Close to China is still not China, though. Anyway. What are we getting up to here? Let's see, human beings are in a fallen state of blind and stupid. All are lost in fear and ignorance. None can see truly. Yes. No one need to let's see, forgive for saying, yeah, you don't need to forgive. Yeah, you're absolutely right. A lot of people are just, they don't really pay attention. They are very lost in fear. Absolutely. Fear and ignorance. A lot of our lives are determined by fear. Humble yourselves. The power of my spirit can heal all mental and spiritual wounds. All may share in my courage and strength. Well, that is very nice. Very, very nice. Nice words. The China vagina. The vagina, as I call it. You know, it's better than Melania, I have to say. Oh my gosh. What are we doing? What are we doing here? I don't know what we're doing. I don't have a clue what we're doing, but what I do know that we're doing is this. I like how the first person who got the gift membership is WTF question mark exclamation point. Is that, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna try to pronounce that, but congratulations. It always skips the first person, I think. Jojo, congratulations. Nibbles the bunny, congratulations. Ladies, we are not a bunny, we are a mice. That's right. Crystal's bubble, congratulations. That's right, boys. You are a mice. You are a mice. Oh, we see all the hearts. We'd like to eat those hearts. Yes, here. Here you go, boys. Eat them up. China. That's just the theme. That's just the theme. China. Anyway, there's a few more comments and a lot more hearts. We'd like to eat the hearts, Days, right? Okay. The problem is some people do try to cash in on mental health problems for financial gain, like claiming benefits. It's a shame as it makes it harder for people with genuine problems to be believed. Absolutely, absolutely. You know, but that, I mean, honestly, that in itself is also a mental health problem, isn't it? When you really think about it, someone who's a chronic liar and manipulator, that would fall under the category of like narcissism, that sort of stuff, like people who are very self-centered and that sort of stuff. That is a mental health problem. That can be classified as one. Just not in the way that they're saying, you know? And see, I will understand your condition when we both take each other out. When we both take with each other, talk with each other about our future in the next life. I don't know what future, okay? I don't know what a future. A future in China? No, I'm not going to visit China. I have no interest in visiting China. Has anyone here been to China? I see. I've been subscribed to your channel for years, and I've always felt like you were one of the few authentic creators on this platform. Thank you for your videos, but thank you. I very much appreciate that. And so that person seems to really like you. Yes, even though I have no idea who the person is. Yeah. In China. Let's see. My kitchen crockery was made in China. Yeah, most everything was made in China. Laser, are we made in China? Hang on, wait. China. Hang on, wait. China. Boy, you gotta move the other hand too. China. No, these are made in Indonesia, I believe. Handmade in Indonesia. Yes. So, that's right. So yeah, not made in China. You've been to Chinatown? Yeah, I have not been. I have not been. So. That's right. Anyway, folks, I am out of time here now. Let's see. The label was the label was made on China. Everything is China. Everything is China. Anyway, I am out of time now, so I want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. Thank you for everyone who got the gift memberships. You get 1 month early access, and you can continue your membership after, if you so desire, to help support the channel, and you get early access to new videos. So, bye, boys and lasers. Bye, boys and lasers. We will catch you all again later. So, oh, Jelly Garlic, thank you so very much for the super sticker. Hold on. It's going to appear here, hopefully. Hopefully it does appear. Congratulations to you. How do I celebrate? It says let's celebrate it. Yes, we're going to celebrate. I don't think the Streamlabs thing shows super stickers for some reason, but pretend Roosta came down and said, Roosta. Jelly Garlic. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I like that. I like that. It's like a cute little doggy. Appreciate your videos. Thank you. Well, I very much do appreciate. Bye, guys. Yes, bye. Here, let's get the heart one final time. All right, you all take care. I will be live again next Sunday. So take care. Have a great one, and see you later. Bye from China.